Nobody else knows what's inside your head. They will try to pump your head full of negative thoughts, but you can't let those thoughts, guide you. You have to be
Yeah.
the master of your own destiny.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back, Championship Leadership Podcast. And we got Michael Muniz with us just outside of Austin, Texas. He's going to be a part of the Boom America TV show with the original Shark Tank member, Kevin Harrington. And I have the privilege of being a part of that show. And we want to talk to Michael about his new company, Comfy Feet Sleeping Bags, the sleeping bag that lets you wiggle your toes. So excited to talk to him more about it. We've had a chance to chat a little bit before we started. So got a little backstory on where this all came about and dive into Michael and what he's up to with these sleeping bags. So, Michael, why don't you, tell us a little bit about yourself and how Comfy Feet sleeping bags came to fruition for you.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity to share my story with your fan base. Um, I'm a handyman out here in Austin, Texas. Ever since I was a kid, my friends always called me MacGyver because I was always fixing stuff, and it just fell in line with my creativity and my hands-on. From being a kid, working on bicycles, go-karts, you name it. Um, I created this sleeping bag because I had a ingrown toenail that would bug the crap out of me every time I went to sleep. The weight of the comforters would just irritate my toes to no end.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go camping or we go camping, the regular sleeping bags that we had, they do not have an expansion area for your feet. You have to force the bag to conform to your feet. And after you've been hiking all day on your feet all day, you go lay down in your sleeping bag. The last thing you want is that irritation on my ingrown toenail. So I thought about it. I said, I could build a better mousetrap, and as it were, and I created this sleeping bag that it's like a tent for your feet at the fore end, at the foot end of the sleeping bag, has an expanded area. So when you lay down, you're not forcing the bag to conform to your feet. It has an extra space there for your feet to stick straight up. Unlike my mother-in-law, who sleeps hanging from the rafters, most of us sleep on our back with our toes sticking up. So I did a couple prototypes of the bag and sourced it out to different manufacturers, see who could come up with the proper design that I created, and finally found a manufacturer that got it to my specs, and yeah, had it mass produced and shipped them out to Amazon. They landed in November of last year to Amazon, but unfortunately that same month we found out that my wife had stage 3 breast cancer, and kind of threw a loop in or a wrench in the works, kind of put things on hold until someone from Boom America reached out to me and asked, they were excited about the product, asked me if I'd be interested in coming on their show, and I did. And since then, they've given me several pointers. I'm a handyman, nuts and bolts. I can fix things, take a motor apart, put it back together, make it run. But as far as social media, the digital marketing and stuff, I don't have that. That's not in my wheelhouse. So they have been a great help in pairing me with people such as yourself who can broaden my understanding to the social media, to the digital marketing aspect of an online, retail business like this. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, excellent. Love it. What's that process like to take that something from like the idea that you have
Uh,
to actually go out?
I can barely hear you, Nate.
Okay.
There we go. Loud and
Just
clear
wondering,
now.
you good? All right, good.
Hmm.
Just wondering what the process is like for you to take what is initially an idea and then, like you said, to to get it to actually a physical product. What was that process like for you?
Well, it's a lot of paper templates, and I grew up, like I said, always being crafty. We used to make our own Halloween costumes and stuff like that. Later on in life, I worked for a leather cleaning company that also did leather repairs, like on leather jackets. Learned how to use a sewing machine and started doing leather crafting, creating wallets, belts, working on saddles. And with that, you learn how to measure, you have to visualize it on your head, put it on paper, create templates. Sorry about that. So when making the prototype, first, drew it out, did a paper template, a small paper template of it, and also managed an alteration store for my sister once upon a time. So I was pretty
Okay.
familiar with running a sewing machine, cutting fabric and stuff. And
Yeah.
so that was the process. It's like I knew in my head what I wanted when I drew it out and then made that paper, miniature, 12-inch long uh, paper template. I'm like, yeah, I can make this work. And it's just figuring out the cuts on the fabric, adding the material like the gussets, like if you were making a saddlebag or motorcycle bags for, saddlebags for the bike. You got to make
Yeah.
gussets, and that would be the side pieces, the extra material to accommodate the foot area, and then adding in the zippers. And the zippers that I chose were because one of the things when you're doing leather repairs, working for the leather shop, is you see all these leather jackets come in and with the zippers broken. If you have a
Yeah.
leather jacket and the zipper's broken, you can never close the dang thing. So
Hmm.
it was always a personal peeve of mine when you buy a product and the zipper breaks, what do you do with the product? Well, you got to go get the zipper replaced.
Yeah.
So I decided to use premium zippers, the YKK zippers made in Japan. They're like the superior zippers.
Yep.
And I hate having a sleeping bag where you're unzipping it, got to get out, use restroom, and zipper stuck. And here you are crawling
Yeah.
out of the
Yeah.
dang sleeping bag. And then you got to fight your way back in because the zipper's broke, So
Yeah.
I'm like, I did not want that on my product. So yeah, it's an extra cost or expensive, long zippers
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, and sending the prototypes to different manufacturers and asking them, can you duplicate this? Replicate what I'm sending you. And oh, we can't do it. It's not possible. I'm like, I'm giving you a prototype. I did it. I just need
Yeah.
this mass produced kind of thing. And
Right.
a couple of them came back. So like, yeah, we can do it. And they both sent me samples and told them I wanted ripstop material, um, you know, durable, rugged terrain handling material with good insulation, double filled insulation, and some what is it, T20 ripstop material. It's not waterproof in the sense that water will never permeate through it, but it is
Sure.
water resistant,
Yeah.
especially anything, if it has stitches, the needle already punctured holes in the material. So
Right. Right.
at some point water will get in.
Yeah.
But it is windproof and it's ripstop material. It's windproof
Yeah.
and very water resistant. So that's the product that we have.
Love
Complete
it.
sleeping bag, the bag that lets
And
you wiggle your toes.
what's that real retail for?
Um, right now we have them at 89.99 on the website, but in speaking with it's like where do you price it, the price point, because it is a unique product. You could buy, a mummy style bag, which is, a cocoon for the body, which are great for, your climbing Mount Everest. But just for a typical sleeping bag, they run the gamut from anywhere from $30 to $180, on the
Sure.
price points. And not knowing how to properly price it, I know what it costs to make it, to manufacture it, to ship it, to store it, and all that. And
Yep.
it's like, oh my God, you got to add some money on there to cover all those expenses and the marketing. So it was suggested. I mean, they told me you should price these at like 129.99, because they're
Hmm.
really, really good bags. They're really
Yeah.
nice. They fit, they form around your feet perfectly, have a cinchable hoodie, a zipper down one side, a zipper on the bottom. You could open it up as a
Okay.
quilt or a blanket,
Very cool.
or just open up the bottom to give, airflow. So right now, I just threw a price out there because I was selling on Amazon just trying to make a little bit of money on them at
Yeah.
89.99, but I was recommended to increase the price to
Yeah.
129.99.
Gotcha.
So, but right now they are on the website for 89.99.
Okay. Gotcha. Very cool. Yeah. Well, what's the big goal for you? I know you said you are your day-to-day job has been as a handyman, your own business but
Hmm.
there's only so
Well,
long you can do that, right? And so kind of look into the future a little bit.
yes, I am. I am hoping to expand the business, maybe be the next REI or Coleman or Ozarks. There's so many ideas because when you go camping, you know what you have, the tools that you have, and it's like, I wish this had this,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I know a guy who can
Yeah.
fix these things,
Yeah.
who is creative, and I would like to expand. This is our flagship product, as it
Right.
were, but all my monies are invested into this product until they start selling and get a return on my investment where I can take that money and reinvest it in other products. Yeah, I would definitely like to make this business boom and leave it as a legacy for
Yeah.
my son and my daughter for
That's
sure.
incredible. Yeah, absolutely. Right. So gotta, as you start this journey, the vision starts to get a little bit bigger and start to see some of the other possibilities that could be there
Hmm.
for you. That's how it always, I think that's how it works, right? That's how it goes,
Yeah.
how it
Well,
starts.
the name of the parent company and the logo that I put on the bags is Zenith Trek with stylized. My wife calls it the hurricane symbol. The yin and the yang, the crab sign, the six, the nine. It's um you'll see it on the website,
Yeah.
designed by Zenith Trek. But I named it Zenith Trek because it is my highest journey,
Love it.
and and that's what we're doing through life. We're walking through life trying to find our way, and this is, the next step, and the next chapter in our life, is this,
Yeah.
uh, hopefully get these sleeping bags out to the market. People see them, use them, love them, recommend them to their friends, and help the business grow and, start offering more products that we can enhance and just being bring more utility to the camping and outdoor survival realm of our society.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Well, as we start to wrap this up, if there were like, if there's one or two things that you've learned along the way in this process that, maybe have even helped you in your daily living and lessons that you've learned to get a little bit better that might help those listening in too, that maybe even, maybe they've had an idea and, but they've never actually taken the steps like you have to make it come into fruition. What might those be for somebody listening today?
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself above everybody else. There's going to be all kinds of naysayers out there saying, "Oh, it's dumb. It's too risky." Life is risk. When
Yeah.
the Pilgrims came to this country and they settled, the Western states, they traversed a huge continent, on a
Right.
promise that life would be better once they got there. And a lot of them didn't make it. They died along the way, but they died knowing that they were striving for a better tomorrow. Live for today, but, dream of a better tomorrow and just do not be scared. Take that risk and dig deep.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to, because nobody else knows what's inside your head. They will try to pump your head full of negative thoughts, but you can't let those thoughts, guide you. You have to be
Yeah.
the master of your own destiny,
Yeah. Well said. I love that.
captain of your
Yeah.
own ship.
Amen. Absolutely. Yeah. So we got comfy feet sleepingbags.com. Is there any other, are you on social media? What are some other places that people can go and find out more about
Well,
the sleeping bags and what you're up to?
it would be either the two comfy feet sleeping bags or Zenith Trek, the name of the parent company. I am not very great with social media, but I have been trying to post some things up there, some um, videos and images of the bag so people can check them out and yeah, help support a small business that believes in making this country better.
Yeah.
Because it is in us to be better, and
Yeah.
we just got to strive for that. But yeah, it's the Zenith Trek. Go outside and explore, and Comfy Feet Sleeping Bags.com.
Excellent. We'll get that linked up for everybody. Absolutely. So, Michael, I appreciate you taking some time today to join us here, Championship Leadership. It's been awesome. So thank you.
Thank you, Nate. Appreciate the opportunity.
You bet. Have a good day.
You too.